One thing that has been lacking from this Browns offense, big chunk plays, explosion plays. You take away Baker, or you take away Odell Beckham Jr., you take away a guy that threatens that. Alex Van Pelt talked about what this offense needs.
I wouldn't say anything's going wrong. Really, I think we completed 75% of our passes last week, which is pretty good in NFL standards. And we had some handling the ball, drop a couple drops that would have added to that and increased that. I think where we need to be is more explosive with our ability to push the ball down the field. As far as, completion percentage and what we're doing, taking care of the football in the pass game, we're doing okay. We need to do better at getting bigger chunks.
So how does that happen?
A lot of different ways. You got to throw it down the field, I think, is one way. Doing it through our play action game is another way. But whatever it is, we have to find ways to be more explosive through the air.
So, Mac Robinson, the question is, who do you look to be more explosive through the air?
Dave, I think that this is where Donovan Peoples-Jones comes in handy. Last year obviously had the massive play against the Tennessee Titans. I think it was like first or second play of the game where he had a 75-yard touchdown. And against the Bengals in Cincinnati last year, go figure, for the game-winning touchdown down the field. That was the big takeaway that I had last week being at that Steelers game was, all of a sudden the Steelers were really loading up the boxes and playing press man, playing up against the wide receivers. And at that point, they were basically daring Baker Mayfield beat us over top and go ahead, take advantage of this. And they just weren't able to get the ball completed downfield. And so I look at the way that this offense really has played out so far. They do need to stretch the field more because at that point it opens up more running lanes. Nick Chubb, he has 17 yards, or he has 17 10+ yard runs on this season. So, for him, I think that, that explosive plays, those come in handy and those come in droves for this offense. But I do think that they need to be more downfield with the passing, like Van Pelt said.
Yeah, and I would say Anthony Schwartz is a guy that you could use to stretch it. Played well against the Chiefs, had the drop, and then kind of has been the missing man. He could reappear. And I think he can use Njoku deep. Njoku is a guy who can get behind defenses. Those would be two, in addition to Donovan Peoples-Jones, to your point.